You've crossed the Rubicon into the lands of opportunity.
Welcome to the Red Brick Rubicon, the place for the PolyU community to get out of their books for a moment, engage in social activities, make friends, and learn a thing or two from the real world. Thank you for joining us. Hi, I'm Yuki, your host today from the Faculty of Rehabilitation Science. With me is my lovely co-host. Welcome, John.
Well, thank you for inviting me back. It's a pleasure to be here. This episode is part 2 of investigating overseas student experience, right?
Yes, specifically we are asking international undergraduates to evaluate and compare the experiences and adventures in PolyU NHK.
So another great episode for people who are curious about our multinational guests from faraway lands.
Exactly. So we have asked back to the studio Luke Franken, a second-year student from Germany who is in the Department of Management and Marketing. But we will start by focusing on a new face, Jose Pino. Welcome.
Welcome.
Hi, Yuki. Hi, John. Thanks for having me here. I'm Jose. I come from Chile, and I'm here studying at PolyU Logistics and Enterprise Engineering, now at my second year.
Okay, before Yuki starts firing questions at you, I realize I don't really know what the average Chilean is like. So tell me.
Chileans, I don't know if we have any stereotypes, but we love our drinks, wine and pisco. Our bread is amazing. You don't find it anywhere else.
We have to stop at wine. So I heard Chilean wine is excellent.
It's very good and way better than that French and Italian things you find there. No, you just buy Chilean wine.
I just know a few things about Chile. Your poet, Pablo Neruda. Am I saying that right?
Pablo Neruda. Yes,
Yeah.
Pablo Neruda. We have 2 Nobel Prize poets, actually, Pablo Neruda and Gabriela Mistral. Personally, I'm not a very big poetry fan, so I wouldn't be able to talk a lot about it, but it's great knowing that you know a little bit about it.
Well,
people.
I mean, your country I know is known as, I think you refer to yourself as the country of poets, and that I guess it's the guys are romantic for sure, and that's kind of why when you greet, you kiss each other on the cheek.
Yeah, we do kiss each other on the cheek. Yeah, that's true.
Do you try that in Hong Kong when you meet someone?
Only with more international people,
Gotcha.
not with locals. Yeah.
Gotcha. Have you ever kissed a German on the cheek?
You have never done that to me before, Jose.
Come on.
Wow, that's super interesting. Okay, so, well, Jose, you're the first Chilean I've met, so I'm pretty curious about the reason why you're coming here.
Yeah, why Hong Kong? Why PolyU? Why would you leave such a nice, wine-filled, romance-filled country?
I mean, okay, I personally work way better under pressure, so I knew I needed to go somewhere abroad. And since a very young age, I had an interest in Asia, so I was looking at places over here.
What specifically is interesting in Asia for you?
I think it's just like big city vibes with the lights, always moving, fast-paced lifestyle.
Small town boy, big city life.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So, then... out of the Asian places I looked at, Hong Kong seemed like the best match because the universities have a very high level, very high up in the rankings. The city lives, of course, Hong Kong is a very vibrant city. And also they teach in English, which is like a big plus for me because I already know English.
I
right?
teach all my classes in Cantonese.
Oh, really?
Sometimes
Yeah,
Sometimes I jump into German when I'm very strict.
Okay,
Liar.
I'll make sure to avoid you in the subject registrations, yeah.
I heard different stories about you teaching in Cantonese.
Ooh, tell me.
I heard your Cantonese is definitely improvable after 2 years.
Let's move on.
Well, speaking of classes, Jose, why PolyU still?
Okay. Poly was actually my third option after HKU and HKUST. But
Say it isn't so.
Okay. But in my experience during the admissions process, Poly was looked at my application way more holistically than the other 2. I mean, when you come from a non-standard background, I didn't do IB or A levels, and also I had already started a bachelor's degree at my country. PolyU was way more accommodating, and they made arrangements for me too.
Talking about the library, is the library the best place to meet a future boyfriend or girlfriend?
Okay, yeah, I am not currently dating right now. My DMs are open, by the way. So I don't know if I would be able to give you advice on that. Well, you can give it a shot if you want.
Jose #desperate.
Oh,
Listen, I
Okay.
mean, okay, many centuries ago when I was a university student, absolutely, to answer your question, Yuki, library was the best place to find a potential boyfriend or girlfriend.
yeah, you can just go and disturb their studies like right before the exams, right? They will appreciate it for sure.
Yeah, you can use a cheesy line like, "I can be your bookmark."
Oh,
Wow.
That just ended the conversation right there.
yeah.
Okay, so other than the library dating stuff, is there anything else to share?
Yeah, okay, so actually PolyU has a computer hacking team, and I was able to join that after doing a qualifier, and that's just been very great because we go to different competitions in the Greater Bay Area, and we have a lot of fun actually.
So a computer hacking team
Yes.
where you hack computers. So I assume you are the white hat?
Yes, this would be white hat. I don't think the audience is very versed in this. Hacking is usually divided into white hats, gray hats, and black hats. Black hats would be the malicious actors who just attack companies for money, ransom, compensation. Gray hats
Or the student, black hat, who hacks the teacher's computer to change the grades.
Okay, I actually did that once in high school, but let's just
Pretty dangerous.
bring it back.
We may have to cut that from the recording.
Okay. So gray hats would be people who do the same as white hats, which is like doing what we call offensive security. We hack companies to find vulnerabilities and help them defend against malicious actors. But they do it when they were not asked to do it, right? They kind of put companies in a difficult position to ask for compensation money.
They take the initiative, basically.
Yeah. And white hats would just be the morally correct way to do these kind of things, right? If a company asks you to test their system, then you do it and you get paid for it.
That sounds like a good place to make a lot of nerdy friends.
I mean, yeah, we have a lot of things in common, actually. It's been great because most of them are actually local students, so it's a great place to get more used to Hong Kong culture. We go to dinners and stuff, we drink a bit sometimes, and it's been great. Actually, yesterday they had me try some very spicy food. I don't know if I like that a lot because my mouth was just completely numb and hurting. I don't know how people can like that here, but it's great to try new things. So.
Okay, I'm going to say something that's going to cause controversy. Korean food is way better than the local food.
Hell
in
no.
my opinion.
No. Cantonese
Seriously?
food is so nice. Yeah.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
What
As
do
long
you
as
like
you're-
about the Koreans?
Oh, I said food. Korean
just
food. Yeah, I don't
Korean
actually
food.
eat the
What do you like
Koreans.
about- Okay.
I'm not that hungry
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
I know I'm a little bit overweight, but come on.
You can't
Yeah.
compare them in the PolyU canteen.
No, I don't.
Well, I appreciate that. Okay, so Jose, is there anything else?
I can talk about some of the challenges. The Hong Kong heat, especially in the summer months or near summer, have been very hard. I mean, I'm always sweating buckets. I think you saw that when I came into the studio. And also, again, back to the food. Some food is just weird, right? I mean, I'm sorry. I think on my second day here in Hong Kong, they had me try chicken feet. Like
Chicken feet.
Yeah, chicken feet. I mean,
Sorry to interrupt. What's the name for that chicken feet? How do I say that in
Cantonese?
Yeah.
Feng zao.
Feng Zao?
Hong Cao.
It sounds delicious.
But it's actually from the tea house. Like, it's more a Chinese food rather than a Cantonese food, I'd say.
Okay, yeah, well, they had me try that. It's not for me. It's just not for me. But apart from that, no, Hong Kong is lovely. So
Yeah.
it is.
Well, you washed down that chicken feet with the best beer in the world from Canada, of course.
I would highly doubt that the best beer is coming from Canada. It has to be Germany.
Yeah,
doesn't
no,
it?
the best beer is from Chile, right? We're in the south of Chile. We have very good breweries, and they make the
Okay.
best beer in
Well,
the
we
world.
know-
We we kick German sass, right?
Which
I don't know.
the beer from Chile, which might have come from Germany originally.
Yeah, I
several years
mean,
ago.
yeah, it might have come from Germany, but you guys are really good at leaving a
is-
mess of the world. We are working on fixing it.
We can't get into colonialism, gentlemen, but we might have a beer episode down the road.
Sure.
Well, okay, so Luke and Jose, I've heard that you are the roommates. Is there any interesting secrets about each other?
Roommate talk. This is the good stuff.
Okay, I mean, I think we were really lucky when we got paired together because I think it's completely random and you have to live with a roommate in a very tiny room, and we were a very good match with each other. We vibe very well together. At the halls, it can be very hard if you don't have nice roommates or nice neighbors because you have to share a bathroom, share the showers and stuff. So it can be quite tough. But we were very lucky, I think.
Yeah, I think in general the halls are a very good place for new students to find friends, also to kind of get to know to Hong Kong and get familiar with Hong Kong.
Yeah.
So is it like Canada in that only first year students share a dormitory and then you have your own in later years? Is it the same here?
I think only postgraduate students here have their own
Oh,
dormitory.
okay.
Yeah, but I mean that is expected given Hong Kong's housing market. Yeah.
Now, you both paint a fairly rosy picture of life in the halls. There's got to be something that you would improve if you could.
I mean, as Jose already mentioned, right, you have to live together for an entire year, 24/7 in a very small room, right? Which might be kind of challenging at times, especially during exam seasons, because you have to adapt to a completely different person's schedule. While the Hong Kong halls are definitely a great place to meet people, especially as a freshman, and to get familiar with Hong Kong, it also definitely has its downsides. For example, during exam seasons, it might be quite noisy. You have a lot of active student associations, which might produce some noise. Also, another thing would be the elevator. We used to live on the 17th floor. So especially in the evening at like 6 or 7 p.m., you might have to wait around 20 minutes to get to your floor.
Also, I think it's worth noting that at Hong Kong halls, you have to share a kitchen with a whole floor. So it can be a bit nasty at times. They actually don't allow you to cook in the rooms, but almost everybody does.
Do you use a lot of wine when you cook, Jose, from Chile?
Not really.
I might have found a bottle.
Whoops.
Oops. For what? It was cooking wine, right?
I'm not quite sure.
Just
It was
go with-
definitely open. Let's say it like this.
Just go with that story. Yuki, I think you got to save us here.
Yeah, well, I definitely agree that Hong Kong Hall is a very vibrant and exciting place. Well then, Jose, we've mentioned about some tips from Luke and Lubaba previously, so why don't you share yours as well?
I think if you're a freshman, you definitely have to join a club or a student organization or a team, somewhere where you can do some extracurriculars together with people who you share interests with. And that way you can make great friends and integrate into.
So is that you are currently not joining any of them?
No, I am already in one of them, right? I mentioned before the PolyU CTF Team, the hacking club. Yeah.
I agree with you. We're going to put some of these great clubs that you and Luke and Lubaba are part of. We're going to link them in our episode notes.
Yeah, sure.
Because we want to get people out and about.
Yeah, so far that's gonna be the end of our episode, shall we? So once again, thanks for all the people on the mics.
Thanks, Yuki and John, for having me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. How do I say you're welcome in German?
Gern geschehen.
Gern geschehen.
Now, hold on. Before you go, Jose, I do have one request, and I know you said you weren't really into poetry, but I did stumble across this poem by Pablo Neruda, If You Forget Me, and I would really appreciate it if you could just read one stanza for the audience. Can you do that?
I'll give it a go. If You Forget Me, by Pablo Neruda. Everything carries me to you, as if everything that exists, aromas, light, metals, were little boats that sailed toward those isles of yours that wait for me.
That was incredible.
Me gusta. And in that theme, don't forget us here at the PolyU podcast.
The Red Brick Rubicon.